Alright, I'm gonna beat this today. What? Watch, I'm gonna do it. Watch. I'll get it this time. No problem. Oh, is it fine? Tell me it's fine. Please tell me it's fine. I did 3 tests and all the recordings sounded fine. Please, no. It's... Oh. Ugh. Fuck. 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 Now Thomas Jonte is still in our hearts somewhere. This is bad. Spiky spikes. Okay. Is it too loud? I feel like it's loud. I don't know. It's fine. We're watching dance. Dance is good. Yo, thank you. I think today is the day that we're gonna get it. Maybe even this one. We got some good Christmas stories on deck. I think I'm gonna read 4, maybe 5. One's a classic that everyone's just gonna know. It's the classic. But we'll see. Ooh. And like, you're probably gonna know it word for word and be like, oh, I didn't know it said that. I'll be like, that's not how I remember it said. And I'll be like, Fuck. Okay. Hi. Hi. Goodbye. This is fun. Get over. Wait, whoa, whoa, okay, hi. Hey. Ah. Cleaning and cookies, those are good things. I agree with both of those. I think the words that describe me are tacos, poorly dressed. This is more than 2 words. Poorly dressed, tacos, sleepies. That's a lame answer. I've got a little bit of anxiousness, but I think that's all the time. You know, I think that's a normal thing. You know, I'm just an anxious person. Mostly because I'm gonna be reading some stuff that it's old Englishy, so it's hard to read for some things, which is silly of me, but it's just how I am. It just is. Just sometimes the writing of it just throws you off, you know? It's not even that it's like I know all the words. It's just when you're reading it and it's coming at you so fast. Like, I'm already a slow reader and I'm trying to read at a pace that makes sense for a listener. That's why audiobook artists get paid big bucks. Big bucks, giant quotation marks. Happy Christmas, man. Hapso Crimby, everybody. 50 bits? I love 50 bits. Thanks, Brandon. We love things. Ugh! Did everybody watch their Merry Christmas? Happy Chrysler. Everybody watch that video today? Or at the appropriate time when the annual watching of that Vine. Man, Vine. Can you believe Vine is gone? It's been gone for years. Why are you upset about this? I'm in the worst spot possible. Oh, Jesus is born tonight. He's gonna be born. He gets 2 presents. Shouldn't he get a 3rd? I feel like he should get a 3rd. He did get 3. That's right. He did get 3. I feel like I'm getting it. It's just I gotta get past the spits people. That's the worst part about it. If they weren't there, I would be done. Probably. Ooh. Heal. This is a good spot to heal. Yeah. Lunar Pearl. Can I just say, Lunar Pearl is such a generous and kind friend. He sent me a giraffe. I haven't taken a nice photo with it all set up yet, but I can't wait to put it in 2020. That's right. Over here. Merry Christmas. Oh, it's so tall here. Crystal King. Good to see you, dude. Glad to have you here. Move. I need to get out of the center. Whoa! Cha-cha! This is Trial of the Fool. The Fool is the last one. Yeah, it's the big one. Ah! Getting greedy. Ah! Ah, Jeff, you came in at a bad time. I'm in a difficult fight. I can't zoom in on my face like I wanna. It's Jeff. He's our boy. Hi, Jeff. He's our reindeer boyfriend. Ooh, reindeer boyfriend. Write a book about that, somebody. Our reindeer boyfriend has to work on Christmas, and you're very sad about it. Because you just want to have a nice Christmas dinner, but you can't because your reindeer boyfriend's got to work. It's like the one day he's got to work this year. And you're like, you never ask for a day off, but you're gonna go to Cancun with the boys and play reindeer games. Like, when are we gonna get together and yeah, when are we gonna reindeer boyfriend? Like, I'm saving myself. I can't ring the bell. Sorry, baby. I can't do it. I love this lore. Jeff, I hope the rest of Dance in the Dry Road is very fun. You have surpassed anything I can imagine. Still get the bell in. No! Holy Toledo! Christmas. Oh, hey, 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 whoa. Oh! Okay. I'm sorry, this fight requires an immense amount of focus, but I do appreciate the raid very much, Jeff. I'm so glad that dancing in the yard was a great time. I had a great time. I'm just struggling on this very difficult part of the game. But I think I can do it. If I don't take too much damage here. Oh my god! Hey, cha 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 cha. Okay. No, this should be illegal. He did another Will Smith? Hell yeah. Hey everybody, glad you're here. I'm gonna give this like an hour worth of tries. And then we'll read some stories. I can't wait. How long is this going? Half an hour? I probably got 3 more tries. Oh my god, why is this happening at the worst instance? Hello, Sab. Welcome. Glad that you're here. I'm so proud of you and this Christmas day. It's not Christmas. Oh, hell, is it Christmas somewhere? It's Christmas in our hearts. And my heart right now is full of adrenaline because I'm trying to beat this. Sab, how are you doing this fine Christmas Eve? Did you, You was a chat today. Probably telling everybody about music things. Teaching the children. Glad to have all of you here this lovely Christmas Eve. I'm gonna read some stories here in just a minute. I'm gonna give this 2 more tries, and then we're gonna read some spooky ghost stories for Christmas, because apparently it's a Victorian tradition to read spooky ghost stories on Christmas Eve, because Christmas is all about feeling sad and nostalgic sometimes. I'm so glad that all of you decided to tune in here. Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back with some stories, and I got like some set dressings for it. I can't wait. Set dressings, as in a lighting change. Ah! That's fair. We'll get started with it in just a bit. I'll give this like 2 seconds. It is the holiday tradition. Oh! Hope that you make it back for story time. It's gonna be a hell of a time. Hell, like Ghost, Christmas. That's Easter. Today, I heard on Fresh Air, if you don't listen to Fresh Air with Terry Gross, you probably aren't old or boring like me. Or listen to him. You should support your local NPR station. They're doing free user listener supported radio. It can get a little much sometimes, but listen, it's fine. Did you see that? Oh my god. Ugh. That was pretty dake-ass awesome. Oh! Let's just heal up here for a second. Anyway, they played this song, and it's not a Christmas song. It was a holiday song, all about like, it's from like an 80s show, an 80s Fresh Air episode. And it was like the greatest, holiday. Every day is a holiday since I met you. It was really cute, and I loved it. And I wish I could remember the name of it right now. But there are only like 3 recordings of it. Oh shit. Get out of the center. Anyway, look up what today's episode of Fresh Air was. Carrie will fill you all in on. They clearly didn't want to interview anybody like before Christmas, so. I had it. So they love to do that. They love to just do old episodes. Let's listen back to an interview I did in 1981. And I'm like, Carrie, you're that old? What? Terry Gross, full of surprises. Who's your favorite NPR host? Mine was Lulu Garcia Navarro, who did Weekend Edition. She was my favorite, but I think she stopped doing NPR. I think she left. I like Lulu because she always did the puzzles with the New York Times Puzzle Master. Puzzle Guru, Puzzle Editor, he was cool. Today's what? No, it's also there was like a Christmas one. There was a whole bunch of Christmas music today. Maybe only part of the episode. Maybe it's different depending on which station. No, he got me good. They got me good. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna do this one. Bye, Shinny. Thanks for stopping in. Happy Christmas. Episode Crimby. Because I'm all mobile, dude. Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate everybody popping in here after the better streams of today. But now you get this. If you want to listen to death, we're gonna have some crazy death later with some of these ghost stories. Because that's right, we're reading ghost stories, baby. Halloween ghost stories apparently is a thing. Like, and the Victorians were all like, "Ooh, let's read spooky ass ghost stories by the fireplace on Christmas Eve," because that's apparently a thing. heal up. I think it's a good story. And see, here's the thing. I'll explain when I pop open the books. Our friend Faustina, Granny Faustina, lovely friend of the stream, last year sent me several books, and we're gonna read from some. It's like Victorian Christmas ghost stories, and I'm like, oh man, they're all gonna be like holiday themed. Some of them aren't, or if they are, they just say like it happened on Christmas. Faustina is a sweetheart. Faustina is the kindest. We should all endeavor to be more like Faustina. But then if we were all like Faustina, then Faustina would be our queen. She would rule us with an iron fist. Lord. Is that enough? It's not enough. It's enough now. Is this the wiggle worms? It's the wiggle worms. I didn't hit it fast enough. This is fine. This is great. This is fine. Oh, God. Okay, full health going into the worst part. No, this isn't the worst part. Well, this is a bad part. But what is the worst part? He's gonna jump in from the top. Yikes. I deserve death and did not. Okay, this is fine. This is totally fine. Ah, yeah, you knew it was coming. No, 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 no. Oh, what? Hold on. I gotta set up the fire. Ooh, skins. Maybe. How are you gonna see my Christmas sweater now? I'll keep seeing that. Ooh, it's so Christmassy. Look at this. Hold on. Let me get the other part up going now. Oh, oh. Oh, look, you're on fire. Chat is roasting on an open fire. Ooh, it's so nice, right? Ooh, spooky, and the glow of it. It's like it's actually happening. Am I going to be able to read in this light? I don't know. Are these my two that I'm reading from? All right, so I got to change this, I guess. Let's get some stories in here. Ghost stories. Hold the hell on. Ghost stories for Christmas. Uh-huh. We're just chatting. Reading aloud. All right. We did it. We're good to go. Exactly. Let's talk about, let me take these out actually, or stuff them in further so you can't see, because for some reason I decided to use a check as a bookmark. The light, oh, it's so bad because the flickering causes it to mess up. Our friend Faustina sent us Victorian Christmas ghost stories that we're going to read now. And it's great. Apparently and this is the other one. Look how spooky it is. It's so spooky. Good Lord, I cannot read this in the dark. The Christmas ghost story tradition is usually associated with Charles Dickens and Victorian England. But apparently unknown to historians and scholars, Christmas ghost stories were extremely widespread and popular in the 19th century America as well. Amazing. So we're going to read some Christmassy ghost stories. The first one is, in fact, going to be called A Christmas Ghost Story. No, I'm not going to read that one first. We'll save that one because that's the Christmassy one. Instead, we're going to read one that's kind of gruesome. America. Exactly. This one is very... God, this is going to be so hard to read. Am I going to be able to... Oh, the candlelight is working. Read by candlelight. It's so beautiful. This one is from 1895. I can't wait to share this with everybody. But from 1895, it's by a person named Lewis Glass. And this is gonna be so hard to read. That's why I had it on a Kindle last time. It's gonna be fine. Everything's fine. We're doing great. Let's read this story. The introduction says the story may be indebted to Charles Dickens' 1866 The Signal Man, which is the environment of the railroad telegraph, which is drawn right from the life of its author. Lewis Glass was not yet known as a writer, but had himself been a telegraph operator, mining ship. A mining superintendent, manager of both the Pacific States and the Sunset Telephone and Telegraph Companies, as well as a manager of the Pacific Phonograph Company, and was co-inventor of the nickel and the slot phonograph, a forerunner to the jukebox. How about that? Anyway, the tradition of reading apparently spooky-ass ghost stories on Christmas goes way back. And they don't even have to be about Christmas. My hair is doing something bonkers. It's time for a haircut. Oof. Oof. Oh, just for Chaz. Just for Chaz. We'll get the V in here. There we go. All right. It looks so bad. Oh, and it's tickling my nose. It's great. Let's read a spooky ghost story. This is called Warned by the Wire. And it's very scary. So I hope you enjoy. I might have to turn another light on so I can see. Ghost time, exactly. I have in mind an incident of my life that has been a great mystery to me. A mystery simply because it has never been explained, even to the smallest extent. Back in the 60s, the 1860s, when railroad building was new on this coast, I was a telegraph operator on a small road running between two of the mountain towns in this state. It's California. In constructing the line, I utilized a traveling operator, my duties being to remain with the construction force that handled the wire running to the headquarters. My instrument was of that variety used for light telegraphy, and could be easily transported from place to place, batteries and all. The division superintendent and myself occupied bunks arranged for us in a small red boxcar that had been fitted up with a few conveniences, so to arrange that while on the road we would be able to enjoy a few of the comforts of civilization. We generally retired around about 8 o'clock, being tired with the day's work, and as a rule, our slumbers were undisturbed until daybreak. The night I have in mind, which was the beginning of the mystery, was cool and being worn out with the labor of the day. I went to the couch prepared for a good rest. No sooner than I had touched the pillow was I lost in slumber. Just as long as I slept, I did not know, nor was I able to recall the hour of my awakening. But I certainly was aroused by the ticking of my instrument. And remember, a lot of this is the ticking of like the beep 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 of, a telegraph. Morse code. We're learning today. A most unusual procedure after sunset. It seemed to be running wild with the sound of it but the sound of it fully restored me to weakness. Aroused. Chaz, please. Please. We're reading here. We're trying to read. We're learning today. Please. I listened attentively and in my practice ear caught the words as they came to me clearly with great regularity. Could it be possible that I was yet asleep? I got up and walked over to the small shell upon which rested the key. No, I was not asleep. Everything was too clear to me, and the ominous ticked out the following sequence. Spike driver Cotton will be killed in the new cut tomorrow at 10:30. Ooh, an ominous message. I was appalled and bewildered by this intelligence, and sat down to think it out. There was no use for me to attribute to the supernatural influence. I did not believe in such things. Finally, I went back to bed with the with a conviction that someone had hoaxed me from the other end. Calmly and without mental discomfort, I rolled over and went back to sleep again. In the morning, the matter was almost forgotten when the gang of men went out to work, as they did with their daily custom. I saw Cotton pass my door and with spike hammer in hand, but merely recalled the message of the night before for an instant. As he passed from view, I forgot all about it and turned to my key. I had been working for a few hours, and and in order to stretch myself a little, and got up and stepped off the car for the purpose of taking a walk up to the cut to see how things were getting along. It's so dark I cannot read any of this. Typical T.S. Jante stream, right? As I turned the curve, which brought the section of men into view, a dull rumbling sound struck my ears, and looking up, I saw to my horror that 20 tons of rock fall away from the main bank and come crashing down over Cotton, the spike driver. Oh no! In an instant, I knew it was all up. It was all up with him, and when they recovered his remains, that had been crushed out of all semblance of a human being. Imagine my feelings when I recalled the message of the previous night and the indifference that which I had received it. Was I responsible for Cotton's death? The thought disturbed me greatly, but after looking at the matter from every convenientable point of view, I came to the conclusion that I was not. I'm feeling very Victorian right now, exactly. Cotton was a marked man, and he met his fate. So this guy could have saved his life. He's like, nah, I'm fine. Nah, I'm not. That's not on my conscience. I confess, however, that I was not as regular in my slumber after that, and I would awaken with a start to the slightest suggestion of a tick from my instrument. The strain of anticipation was awful. Cotton was insured, and the widow received $3,000. One day I saw her, and she seemed more contented with the money than with her lamented husband, and I gradually got over the brooding of the affair. It took me 6 weeks, though, as I was sure and I am sure it told upon me. After a time, I let it pass out of my mind altogether, and my head was filled with the business of getting the road to the next town. Fate, however, did not intend that I would be free from misery, and the next visitation came to me under quite different circumstances. It was late in the afternoon when I was getting away from my daily report. When I sent 30 and closed my key, my receiver straightway ticked back. Ty Walker Hopkins will fall in the culvert at 5:25 and break his legs. Dun dun dun. And again, Ty Walker Hopkins will fall in the culvert at 5:25 and break his legs. This time, I acted instantly, and manning a handcart with 8 men, I urged them to backtrack with all possible speed. It was 5:20 when we got underway, and there were 2 miles to cover. Never was a handcar sent along the rails like that one. Minutes seemed to glide away with the wonderful rapidity, but I feared we were too late. As the car swung into the canyon, I saw Hopkins throw up his hands and stumble into the culvert. Our speed was so rapid that it was almost impossible to stop the car as we passed over him, and he lay on the rocks beneath, groaning in pain. Said time does not matter in this story. It does for this one. As he lay on the rocks below, groaning in pain, it took us but a moment to get his assistance, but both legs were broken, and he was helpless. It was no use to grieve over this incident. I had taken every possible precaution to avert the disaster, but without success. I gave as a reason for my hasty manning of the handcart that I wanted to see the unfortunate man on some track business. And that I had forgot to give him the order in my excitement after seeing him injured. I feared to convey my knowledge to anyone, and would doubtless refrain from it, were it not for the fact that the incidents began so far back in my history. We gave Hopkins every comfort, and after he had been fixed up, he had been sent back to the other end of the line. I went straight to my car and tore the receiver from its fastenings, vowing that I would no longer have such a damned prophet at my elbow. I fixed another instrument where the first had been, and from that time on, I had received no more messages while working on the new line. When we got it through the when we got to the adjoining town, I packed my vessel and started for San Francisco, and moved by some invisible power. I placed the old receiver in the depths of my bag, as as I considered it a curiosity. He may have caused the leg breakage. We're not sure. To this day, I am thankful that I took it with me, as I have considered it my savior. Its third message, the one that made me swear never to let it get out of my possession, came to me in Stockton, along with although the instrument was connected with no live wires. Yes, Brittany. I have to get Brittany toilet paper. This is a great way to hold off on the excitement. 1 second. Oh, I know the tension is great. And then, oof, gotta get out of here. Sorry. And see, that's the thing with serialized stuff. They would just give you these cliffhangers all the dang time. To this day, I'm thankful. To this day, I'm thankful that I took it with me, as I consider it my savior. Its third message, and the one that had made me swear never to get it out of my possession, came to me in Stockton, although the instrument was connected with no live wires. I had packed it into its customary corner of my grip, and it was just biting the and I was just biting the clerk a goodbye. As I walked out of the door toward the train, I heard something ticking in my grip. That's his bag. I listened perfectly dumbfounded and heard repeated several times, "Do not go today. Do not go today." Yes, I got Brittany here toilet paper. Do not go today. This was another warning that disaster awaited me, and perhaps others. Certainly, certainly, I would yet have the time to stop the train if I made haste. No, on second thought, I would not do that. People would call me a crank. I would return to the hotel and wait for the results. Following my thoughts, I slowly walked back and informed the clerk that I concluded to stay a little longer. On the following morning, I eagerly sought the daily papers, and as I expected, the train was ditched, and the man who operated the breath directly over the one that I had engaged had his back broken and was crippled for life. When my time comes, the instrument will tell me the day and the hour. Spooky. Also included in this book, I know, right? It's a really good story. Also included in this, they had these really gruesome, like, newspaper, like, clippings. I'm not sure if this is real or not, but this one is great. Santa Claus shot dead. This is tragic end of a Christmas party in Mississippi. Noted noted instructor killed. Jackson, Mississippi, December 25th. Professor L.W. Saunders, a deaf mute and for many years a teacher in the state deaf and dumb asylum, was shot and killed last night by his nephew, C.R. Young. Professor Saunders was to act as Santa Claus at the Christmas tree gotten up for the was to act as Santa Claus at the Christmas tree, gotten up for the amusement of the deaf and dumb children in the Institute, and called at Mr. Young's house in his Santa Claus garb. Santa's not dead. He's fine. Someone dressed as Santa Claus died in 1895. He knocked at the door, and Mr. Young, the only occupant, demanded, "Who is there?" And a time or two, and receiving no reply, fired through the door, at which he supposed was a burglar. Professor Saunders dropped inside the hall and died in 2 minutes. The ball passed through his body. The professor was a brother of Captain R.L. Saunders, World's Fair Commissioner from the state, and and was highly respected. Mr. Young is crazed with grief. Fall River Daily Herald, Mississippi, December 26, 1895. What a good way to get your crowd going when you see that. Whoa. Let me read through this really quick. I think I read this one. So, have you guys... this is why you teach gun safety. This is why you don't just shoot through a door. 1895, man. Mr. Young. He's probably crazy. I want to follow up to this. A lot of these stories are great. There's so many of them are great. Wait, hold on. No, this one's just an advertisement. Have you seen a ghost? Tell us about it. Tell us about it for the Christmas Day story. Let's see if there's another one in this. No, I think there aren't many. They just happen to be at the end of the ones that I read. Is this one? We're about to read a poem here in a second. A crazed banana with grief. I can do that. Grim tragedy ends bell snickering party. Goodness. January 3rd, 1900. Word had been received that here that the last evening, while a party of boys were out on the bell snicking, going from house to house in Buffalo Township, one at the party had a revolver. After the boys left the home of the Isaiah Stevens, the revolver was accidentally discharged, and the ball striking James Fitton Jr., son of A.R. Fitton, in the forehead, killing him instantly. Jesus Christ is born. All right, so we want a banana crazed with grief. Okay, we can do that. So bananas look like this. Kind of looks like a moon, but to make it more banana, we do this. That's the peel, the top of the peel. Here's his eyes. There's his feet. He's sweating a little bit, so these are gonna be like sweats. He's kind of freaking out. The stem, that's right. The stem. I didn't. Yeah. He's got cool Thomas shoes. Imagine that these are red. You know. What is he upset about? What is he crazed about? A dead body. Yeah, this is gonna be a dead body. Who shot this man? Yeah, I'll have. He's the one with the gun. Who did? Who did? Who did this? Chaz, this is a who did? Who? Let's add what's some more story that we can add to this? Let's see. It's gonna be yeah, he's holding the gun. Who did it? He did it. He's like Mr. Young. This is pretty grim, exactly. Let's see. And actually, he's a burglar. So he's wearing a ski mask. And here's a sack of money because he robbed him. You know? Like, who could have done this? And actually, he's already in jail. He did this in jail. Like, how did this happen? Jail. If I had a bigger board, I would add more to it. Yeah, and he's already a prisoner. Here's his he's prisoner number 10, and he's got the striped prisoner clothes. But really, this what it this guy was trying to break out of jail. He had his he was trying to mine out of jail. That's his pickaxe, and that's his little light. He was trying to mine out, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing? Trying to break out of jail? Not today." And yeah, they were married. He's got a wedding ring, and so does he. They have wedding rings now. Thank you, Chaz. Yeah. Thanks for coming to Doodle Time. Alright, so that was let me read this poem. I'm gonna read this poem, and then I'm gonna show you the picture of the poem. You know those it's like a poem that's like written in a way it makes an image. Well, this one they've drawn around it as well, so it makes an image, but it also has they've done some extra drawings around it. This one's called Poor Jack. Poor Jack. And it says that this is by H.C. Dodge. Oh no, you can kind of see the picture. Let me do it over here so you don't get spoiled. H.C. Dodge was the nephew of Mary Mapes Dodge, a woman who's best known as the founder and editor of the children's journal St. Nicholas and author of Hans Brinker or The Silver Skates. Oh, we know The Silver Skates. We know that one. Although he never had a book of his own, he wrote hundreds of poems for newspapers and was particularly known for his shape poems. Shape poems, that's what it's called. Most of what he wrote was funny or sentimental. Yeah. So let's read this one. This one's called Poor Jack. I am Jack in the box. If you press on my locks, I jump out. I jump out and do all the rest. I'm owned by a boy who takes wonderful joy in making you practice the test. For a stocking that hung from the chimney I sprung. Saint Nick put me in it, and they say, and oh, I get it why they're doing that. Saint Nick put me in it, they say. So if I had been bad, from the looks that make you mad, it wasn't my fault anyway. The girls big and small don't like me at all, and they scream when I show them my face. The babies, oh dear, get spasms of fear and yell when I pop from my case. For giving such shocks when I am squeezed into my box, to squat in the dark without air. Now how would you feel if you had such a deal? I guess you of all the anger would share. Of all the queer jokes with all that I'd played by these folks, I think I'm the poorest about, and tough on my pride in the prison to hide, and yet I'm amused to come out. It's so hard to read. This is super cramped now. Sometime I'll be square with my owner. I'll scare the little boy when he's abed. In spite of his cries, I shout out my eyes and bite until he is dead. Oh God, that got gruesome. I did not expect the ending there, but that's what Jack looks like. This is what poor Jack looks like. So this killer Jack in the Box is going to eat a child. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Isn't that great? Oh. Exactly. All right. Oh no, I lost my place. I don't remember the story. I think it's in the back. I found it. He's got a nose on him, exactly. Do I really want to read this one? This one's long. And I really don't have time. Tell you what, why don't we read 2 storybooks instead? We got our Victorian story, I think. Instead, let's read 2 picture books. We're going to read 2 big picture books instead. One, everybody knows. I'm just going to read it. I'm not going to show you any pictures. But the other one, I've definitely got to show you. Yeah, all right, we're fine. So, we're obviously going to read the classic, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, by Clement Moore. We all know it. We all know it. We all know it. But let's just read it. It's our tradition. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads, and Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to the objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. Ooh, I'll show you this picture. Isn't that lovely? Ooh, it's so nice. It's so pretty. They landed on the house. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they met with an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop with the coursers they flew, with the tiny sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof, as they drew
Hands, sing your praises of hands.
Thank you, Andrew. Merry Christmas. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. I just got off work. Hell yeah, dude. You deserve some rest. Get some rest in there, bud. He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he flung over his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. That's what Santa looks like, according to this book. That's Santa. It's Santa. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, and then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger on the side of his nose, giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. And then that's the gift that the kids got. Look at that gift. It's a good gift. It's a good gift. Now, oh, it's so dark in here. Oh, let me let it lighten up in here a little bit. It's getting too spooky. Getting too spooky in here. I gotta sneeze. Hold on. That was a good one. Oof. Get me out of you of this. Thank you. Bless you too. And also with you. So this last thing I'm going to read today, it's a little woke, but that's okay. I think it's hilarious. It's called Santa's Husband, and I'm going to show you all the pictures that are involved with it. This is going to be like a real story time with Thomas, so I can't wait to show you. The screen's a little tiny, but I'm going to make it work. So Santa's Husband. Santa's husband. I could do what I do in story time. I'm like, okay, is everybody ready? Take a big deep breath in, go, and let out real slow. Let's take a big deep breath in, and let out real slow. Okay, this time let's be really silly when we do it. Ready? Let out silly. All right, very good. I spit all over my monitor. Okay, we're fine. I have hiccups. I'm sorry. Can't wait for Hanukkah. Hanukkah Harry's husband. We do have the Mensch on the bench. I could read that. I don't know where it is, but I know that we have it. I know we've got some Hanukkah stories. I'll have those ready for you next Hanukkah. Noah. Deal? Deal. All right, are you ready? Oh, we do. I might be able to read one more scary story. This is Santa Claus. This is Santa Claus' husband, Mr. Claus. They are married. Santa and his husband live together at the North Pole, at the very top of the world. They love keeping each other cozy in the cold, but each year it seems to get a little warmer. Santa's husband helps Santa with all the hard work that happens. That makes Christmas happen. From making a list and checking it twice. Chaz, just wait. To feeding Santa's 8 tiny reindeer, plus Rudolph, who has special dietary restrictions to help keep his nose shiny and bright. To helping Santa negotiate labor disputes with the elves in his workshop. They have a spectacular dental plan. Santa is so busy during Christmas time that sometimes his husband, Mr. Claus, even helps him out by sitting for him at the local mall and asking all the good children what they'd like for Christmas this year. Some folks get confused and say that this is Santa Claus himself, but those people are mistaken. It's Santa's husband. Here they are all playing. This is all great. Ice cream outside. OMG. Santa and his husband have been married in their hearts for a long time, but it wasn't yet official. So it was a big day when they finally tied the knot. Everyone was there, from Rudolph and Frosty to Parson Brown, and even a few celebrities showed up. Like any married couple, they had their disagreements, but they always managed to kiss and make up, usually over a plate of milk and cookies. Some angry people on TV will tell you that this isn't what Santa Claus looks like, or that Santa Claus doesn't even have a husband. But people have imagined Santa Claus hundreds of different ways all over the years. Who is anyone to say what the real Santa looks like? Maybe Santa Clauses can come in all shapes and colors and sizes. Oh, look at all these shapes and sizes. Oh no, the truck. just like the families that Santa Claus visits all over the world. And look at these great families. Do you recognize any of your families? Maybe these families look like you, or maybe they don't. But it's okay. But as long as children believe in the magic of Christmas, there will always be a Santa Claus. Aww. And as long as there's a Santa Claus, there will be a man waiting for him at home who loves him. Also, Santa's husband's name is David. The end. Aw, isn't that a great little story? If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up, everybody? I hope we enjoyed Santa's Husband. What a great book. Robo Santa. Let's see what Robo Santa. Thumbs up. I love that. There's Robo Santa, who looks like a vacuum. There's Tiny Santa. There's Lady Santa. There's Cat Santa. There's Balloon Santa, Alien Santa, Penguin Santa, Elephant Santa, Superstar Santa, Round Santa, Unicorn Santa. There's all kinds of Santas. It's a very adorable book. The True Story of Mr. and Mr. Claus. Aww. Anyway, those are all the stories I had prepared. I'm sorry I don't have others, but we'll try to have more. Where's Banana Santa? You're looking at him, baby. It's me, Banana Santa. Like, I started reading some of these and I fell asleep, so that's why we can't really do any of them. But they're great little stories, and they're wonderful. We love ghost stories, and we'll be reading a lot more of them in the new year. Maybe I'm just going to read some of these spooky stories, and it's just going to work out. Bananta? Exactly. I got a little Santa in here. A little psycho Santa for you. Hell yeah. That's all I had prepared today. Can I read this one? If I can find it. What the hell is it? It was not in this one. I think it was in this one. How many pages? 1, 2. Hold on. We might do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is this 8 pages? Am I going to be able to last 8 pages? Maybe. Where was Mrs. Santa? There wasn't Mrs. Santa. It was just Mr. and Mr. Santa. It was Santa and Mr. Claus. It's so dark. I cannot read this. I can't read any of this. Oh, let me find the Christmas. There's a Goblin Christmas story. Hang on. The Goblins Christmas. Is this it? I think this is it. Oh, it's so bright. Didn't I read this? I read this. Book lamp for Christmas, indeed. That's all that I got today. We just had some nice little Christmas stories. I think that was plenty. It was nice. This was cozy. It's real hot in here because it's like 80 in Florida. A nice little stream. Yeah, I have to go make dinner. We're making tacos.